So I have not ridden ArieForce One since its opening weekend. And even more shameful than that, I have a friend that lives in Atlanta now that has never actually ridden it. So we're gonna go change that today. He's also letting me stay over at his place, so huge shout out to Blake. He's gonna let us get some night rides without having to pay for a hotel, which is pretty sweet. Super hyped to ride this thing at night. We should have about 45 minutes worth of darkness to ride this ride in, and since it's probably not gonna have a line, this will be pretty good. All right, I found Blake.
Hello.
Obviously we are not at a fun spot because we're gonna make a detour. Neither of us have seen Oppenheimer yet. So have you seen it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, yeah, I haven't either. And I really like nuclear physics stuff. Very cool. I'd love to do one of the things I'd like to do with my mechanical engineering degree, hopefully, is do some kind of nuclear power plant kind of work, the mechanical side of it. So this will definitely be interesting, seeing some of the darker sides of nuclear physics and what that's enabled us to do.
And it's interesting to me because I just graduated from UT Knoxville, and I was only about a 45-minute drive from Oak Ridge. So this is especially interesting to me in that regard.
Yeah, I know this has absolutely nothing to do with theme parks or roller coasters, but quite like that one El Toro Orion video that contained 10 or 15 minutes of them hiking through the woods, even though it was a theme park vlog. I'm going to include this, just like them, to prove that I do have other hobbies. It's actually a really nice mall. We're in North Point Mall, you said?
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, I haven't really spent any time in Atlanta other than going to Fun Spot and back, so. Let's go. Oh my gosh, look. There's a train. Very exciting. All right, we just finished Oppenheimer. We're now bolting it to Fun Spot. Then with one of our other friends from back at school at Oppenheimer, so that's definitely fun. But yeah, we can get more thoughts on Oppenheimer later because we're just kind of trying to bolt it to Fun Spot right now, get as much time before they close. But it was very good, but that was a lot.
Yeah, I am a little tired right now. That was a long movie.
It's a long movie, and it's very impactful.
Yeah.
Definitely have a lot of brain power available when you go to watch this movie because very deep, and you also need a lot of brain power to understand what's going on. It's a little, not necessarily all over the place, but it's very thought-provoking. So to really understand what's happening and not be bored, you need to not be tired. It's definitely not a fun movie. It's
very serious.
Yeah, it's more of an art piece than a movie. All right, we're about a mile away from Fun Spot. I had to stop for gas because I thought I would have enough gas to get there with 40 miles to spare. But unfortunately, Atlanta traffic kind of tanked our gas mileage, and I don't want to run out of gas on the Fun Spot parking lot. But it's about a mile that way, so we could probably walk it if you're into walking down Strodes. Are you?
No, not really.
All right, we just parked at Fun Spot. It's about 7. They're open till 10 tonight, so we got about 3 hours till close. I'm really excited to hopefully get night rides tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, riding at night is any park at night's a completely different experience. Riding at night's fun. We had to pay, it's $5 to park now, which it used to be. It was free on opening weekend for ArieForce, but I think it was just free while they were, hyping up, that. It's $5 now, which is not bad for parking, actually. All right, we just entered the park. Oh, they took down the banner. They had a big ArieForce One banner up last time. I was here in April. Yeah,
That's the stand in place.
Yeah. So it's been a few months, but the ride still looks beautiful. The paint hasn't started to wear at all yet. It looks really nice. So here's where the parking lot used to be when it was just an FEC. Can you tell? It is running 2 trains today, which is nice that they are running 2 trains past opening weekend. It's a few months after opening. Yeah. So it's good. For a small park like this, I figured they go down to 1 train pretty fast just because that's easier for operations and maintenance. But it's nice they are running 2 trains. Although the trains were half empty, so they didn't really need to. But it's cool they're doing it anyway, so. Yeah, so since last time I've been in here, they've actually added quite a bit more to this queue with some more stuff that wasn't here last time. A little bit of new signage, and they have a TV down here now, which is cool that they're still, you never really see parks upgrading their queues and stuff after opening, so. right, we just rode it. Your first time, Blake. What'd you think?
Whew, I loved it. Oh, that was, the air time on this thing is insane.
Yep, it just came into the brakes, and it will sit there for a long time now.
Yeah, I totally thought that when I saw the end, I thought the brakes were just gonna throw me like into the lap bar, but no, I really didn't feel much of anything.
The brakes didn't seem to be hitting as hard today, so I don't know if they reprogrammed it or if we just got lucky.
Yeah.
The brakes used to be like such a punch in the gut.
Yeah, and I don't know, like this wasn't recorded, but like when we got to the top of the lift hill, I said a prayer before we dropped. Because like, I was honestly so nervous about this ride because I saw that the air time, I don't know, I just lost my wristband.
Oh. But yeah, so you've actually been on Iron Gwazi. I feel like I have more non-enthusiast friends that have been on Iron Gwazi than enthusiasts that have been on Iron Gwazi. Yeah, but yeah, you said you thought this was better?
Yeah, honestly, like the
okay, I've heard both.
I found the air time to be a lot more intense than Iron Gwazi, and also the like that 0G stall they have was a lot longer feeling than Iron Gwazi was. This is supposed to be the longest 0G stall of any coaster, so like
in North America, yeah. There's some longer ones in Europe, and yeah, that train is still just chilling up there because why not? All right, you're kind of usually a one and done coaster rider, from what I understand. Yeah. So it has no line right now, so he doesn't mind. I'm gonna go lap it a few more times, and he's gonna. He wanted to get pictures of me from the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna film a little bit here. My poor friend is on ArieForce One right now, and they got stuck at the top of the lift hill. And they've been there now for about 5 minutes. Oh no. Well, oh, never mind. They're going. There he goes.
All right, I kind of thought we were about to get evac'd there. So when we came out of the station, we started up the lift. We barely started up, and then the train actually completely stopped on the lift for a second. And then we heard we were only there, stopped at the bottom of the lift for maybe about 20 seconds. Then we heard the alarm going off, which is to let any maintenance personnel that are in the area know that the ride's about to start moving again. So we were like, all right, small stop, whatever. So then it starts going, and then I look behind me, I noticed that the train on the brake run up there was just stuck there. And a fun fact on roller coaster safety systems, and this ride in particular, has a really short brake run. So the train comes in here with a lot of speed, and it stops right there before it goes into the station. And there's only enough space on this brake run to hold one train. So that's why the lift hill runs slow at first. It's called jogging. Basically, the lift hill will run slow to make sure this train has time to get into the station. But if the train's not in the station by the time the other train gets to the top, then it will stop, because if the train goes over the top with the train still stopped there, then there's a chance of collision, or there will be a collision. So yeah, that's a little block zone stuff for you. So yeah, they're running empty trains now. So we get up to the top, and I noticed the train there still hasn't moved. And I was kind of like, what the heck's happening? Because when the train gets to the top of the lift hill for a block stop, for some reason, usually on most rides, it'll stop a bit from the top of the lift hill. On ArieForce, the front two cars will actually start to go over the lift before it'll stop. I guess the chain's able to hold it there. So we stopped, and we were chilling up there for maybe like 8 or 9 minutes. It was a long time, and there are a ton of wasps up there now, so we were just like fighting with wasps, just chilling up there for 8 minutes. And then finally we heard the alarm, we saw this train move, and then another alarm, and we moved. So that's good. So we got to see some block zone action. I kind of thought we might end up getting evac'd from the top of the lift, but we were able to finish our ride, get back to the station, and now it's temporarily closed because anytime something like that happens, they got to do some kind of maintenance check. Something happened, I don't know what, and that train was unable to re-enter the station, which is probably why we stopped at the bottom of the lift hill, if I had to guess. The ride control systems are pretty smart nowadays, so the ride control system was probably smart enough to know, oh, the train on the brake run's stuck, so go ahead and stop the lift now. And then they probably just manually turned the lift hill back on after we got stuck at the bottom. But then, of course, once we get to the top, then we stopped somewhat permanently. It's still just running test runs. The ride operators can override small things like us getting stuck at the bottom, but they can't override any kind of critical safety system like us stopping at the top. So there's some roller coaster safety stuff for you. Yeah. All right, hopefully ArieForce One reopens by the time it gets dark so we can get night rides. Yeah. But for now, we're gonna do some go-karts, because that's the other thing Fun Spot's kind of known for in Orlando too, is go-karts. So Samson Monster Track. Yeah, so this is like where they build it up, multi-level go-karts. Well, I usually see this in like tourist areas, like in the Florida coast and stuff like that, Panhandle I mean. So it is kind of weird to see this just in the middle of nowhere, Georgia, basically.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Gotta love the smell of gasoline fumes.
Yeah.
At all times, please secure all loose clothing. Body hair must be pulled back into a toy trailer and tucked into the back of your shirt. If your cart should stop, remain seated.
What the heck? We're running. I don't know what's going on. I just took off. I don't know what's happening right now. Alright, well the station area is now unattended, so nice. I don't know what's happening. Yes, we think somebody lost power and they went to help them out. It looks like they're coming back down now. Yeah, because they lost power and they just sprinted. We were like, whoa, what the heck? They just like jumped up these stairs and just were flying.
Please remain seated until directed to exit. 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 Please remain seated until directed to exit.
Oh no,
Please remain
that's not
seated
good.
until directed to exit. Please remain seated.
Oh wait, we have a stowaway. It just kind of floated away. All right, Samson go-kart track. It was all right. What'd you think?
It's okay.
The track was really rough. Like it was pavement, but the pavement was super uneven. I mean, it wouldn't.
It was like I was like on the downhill runs. I felt like I was gonna fly out of my seat. Like honestly, like the one go-kart track I've been on, it was kind of the same way. So like I'm familiar with that.
I mean, wooden tracks are fun because they're like bumpy in a consistent and fun way. But this was concrete. Just the concrete was like not poured well. It was fine.
I found it kind of fun. I mean, like I was flooring it the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. But please do not climb on Samson monster truck. So I guess this is what the track is named after.
Yeah.
What the heck? There's some stats for any of you into monster trucking. Nice. There's that monster truck engine.
Oh yeah.
Looks like it needs a new paint job, I think. But yeah, that's cool. I do kind of hope they do something else with this area where ArieForce is, because the plaza is really nice because it's brand new and ArieForce is really nice. But that's all that's here. So you gotta walk all the way in here and all the way out every time you want to ride, or if you find out it's broken down like we just did. Yeah, so this is where the mini golf course used to be, and it got half of it got demolished for this plaza. So I'm hoping they do something else with the rest of the space. I'm just not sure if they will.
Right.
Just the way that they set up this wall and stuff, unless they have you enter from that way, it doesn't look like they have immediate plans for this area. But honestly, if they put a few family rides here, honestly, you could probably fit like a Vekoma family suspended coaster on this plot, and that'd be really nice. Have two coasters right here, one be a family coaster and one be a throw coaster.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. And we know Fun Spots worked with Vekoma before. There's a family suspended at one of the Orlando parks. I don't remember which one. Yeah, ArieForce is still down. I'm really hoping it comes back up before it gets dark, because I'll be really sad if I came all the way here and didn't get to do night rides. But
Yeah.
at least I got to hang out with Blake, so that makes it
Oh
pretty
yeah. I'm glad to be here, and I really hope it gets fixed too, because I've never done a night run on any roller coaster before.
Ever.
And the ArieForce has no light package on it, so like
Yep.
that'll be a lot of fun.
Yep, but it's sunset here, golden hour as some people call it, so some of the light packages are coming on. We're going to go near the front of the park and do some flat rides, where the front of the park kind of just looks like a fairground. It's kind of funny. the contrast between ArieForce and the rest of the park. But they were cycling empty trains around it a second ago, but they seem to have stopped, so that's probably not a good sign. We're at the ENF Miler kiddie coaster, just propped up on some wooden planks. It's actually a decent landscaping up here, but it's a completely different vibe than the back of the park thing. Spider's back open. Actually, last time I was here, it was completely taken apart. They're completely refurbishing it, but they're done with that refurbishment. It's back open. All right, change of course, actually. We're gonna ride the Ferris wheel because it's sunset right now, as you can probably tell. It's not coming across very well on camera, but it is a beautiful orange glow. So we're gonna ride the Ferris wheel at sunset, get some nice views from up there because that's the tallest thing open right now. They got the light package on the Ferris wheel, and one thing I've noticed here is that for like 90% of the rides, all of the light bulbs work. Or I should say for all the rides, like 99% of the light bulbs work. At a lot of smaller parks and fairs, you'll notice the light bulbs burn out and they never replace them.
Right.
But it looks like Fun Spot actually replaces their light bulbs, which is super cool.
LED lights here. So
Yeah, they're definitely
never burn out.
LEDs. It's beautiful. I've never seen this on the Ferris wheel before. So these are like kind of clear plastic seats and ceiling, and they have flashing LED flares. It's kind of sick. You can also already see the moon. Yeah, the sunset's not coming across on camera very well. I wish it would come across better because it is freaking beautiful. It's
Gorgeous.
supposed to be a sick. I see a dude in the station with an Iron Gwazi shirt. What's up, dude?
Wow.
Yeah, there's always at least one Thuzy here at all times, I feel.
Nice.
Man, I want to see the ride cycle. This would be a kind of cool vantage point from up on the Ferris wheel for sure.
They do load ArieForce One here faster than they load Iron Gwazi.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, because they let all of the fast pass riders go, and they will empty the fast pass line, and there will be like 30 minutes where the single rider line just does not move.
Yeah, no, the operations here are still not great, but it doesn't really matter because it never has that long of a line. For a SeaWorld park, though, and Busch Gardens Tampa, one of the most expensive theme parks in the country, that is embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it would take us like $110.
Yeah, that was an expensive ticket.
Yeah.
And it ended up signing me up for a bunch of junk mail, too. Like, I still get junk mail from them, even though I clicked unsubscribe.
Love you,
Let me tell you, that unsubscribe button just does nothing.
Love you, SeaWorld. So here's a view of the park from the right side, as all the lights are starting to come on as the sun's setting. It's a decently nice looking park at night.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh no, the train got stuck again? Yeah, they seem to be having this problem a lot today. Of the train getting stuck on the brake run. So you see it won't advance. So this train's gonna end up stalling at the top of the lift. That sucks because I kind of wanted to get footage of this from the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay.
There it goes, sweet.
Crisis averted. Dude, when I saw you stuck at the top of the lift hill there, I was wondering what that flashing red light meant on the control panel there.
Oh dang, I think they're about to evac. Because they're not loading ready. Yeah, ArieForce having issues today. Alright, they're emptying out the queue. And he just went to talk to them, so I think they're about to evac. I'm gonna be real sad if we don't get a night ride tonight. Since I got stuck on it, it's run like 2 cycles total. It's not good at all. Hey, they didn't have to evac. Yeah, but yeah, they just emptied the queue, so it's gonna be down for a little bit. So I guess we'll go somewhere else. All right, we're going in the arcade to kill a little time before it gets all the way dark. So, yeah. Ooh. So this building on the outside is like Wild West themed. When you get in here, it's an arcade, but it's also Mardi Gras, and there are dinosaurs. So I don't really know what they're going for here. I just don't know. There's their RMC poster that they kept in there. I'm glad they kept this in the arcade. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It is mostly newer stuff, but they have a few retro cabinets in the back, which is cool. If I'm at an arcade, I'm there to play retro games. Dude, when ArieForce comes over the arcade, over the ceiling, it literally makes the whole arcade roar. It's awesome. But yeah, no, it's totally dark now, and it sounds like it's back open. So honestly, for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish out the rest of my rides, rest of my night on ArieForce. And you said you'll probably get a night ride with me at least once.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's be exciting. Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's about as dark as it's gonna be tonight. So about 45 minutes to park close. We'll see what we end up doing. We might come back here for a little bit tomorrow. So I'm not too concerned about the rest of the flat rides. Or at least even if Blake doesn't, I might. So yeah, just gotta finish out ArieForce, baby. Oh, the Ferris wheel looks so good. Look at that. At ArieForce, there's like no lights back here except for these like Christmas tree things that are here for some reason. Or I normally see these used in Christmas decor. My camera's really bad with nighttime lighting, so I apologize about that in advance. Like there's these lights lighting up this pathway, and that's it. And my camera don't like those. Oh my gosh, look at how dark it is. Oh yeah. They did go down to one train though, I guess because they had so many block zone issues earlier, and the line seems to be picking up. So not sure how many rides we'll get in here, but whatevs. They do have fans in here, which is really nice. A lot of them do.
Oh yeah.
The breeze keeps you a little cooler in this tin station when it's 92 degrees outside. All right, just got last ride of the night on ArieForce One. We had a whole train, I say a whole train full. They were like 5 of us on the train, but a whole train full of enthusiasts in the station. They were ride-ops from, they're back there coming out. They were ride-ops from Six Flags Over Texas, and they're here, so that is pretty fun. But yeah, we actually got 2 last rides of the night, because when we got back in the station, we all started chanting one more ride. And they actually and they actually gave us one more ride. The only other time that's happened to me was on Fury, so yeah. It's kind of creepy in the dark. They've already like shut everything down, and of course ArieForce is the only thing that really gets a line, so everything else is shut down for the night. Oh, and Blake, you're rocking an ArieForce One shirt now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got some new shirts. So what's on the front? Just
the ArieForce One badge.
Oh, I gotta get it. Sick. Also, I take that back. Spider is actually running. Oh, it has a light package. Very cool. I mean, I think all the rides here have light packages, but that's yeah. This lake looks kind of cool at night. They used to have a zip line over the lake that hasn't operated in a number of years, from what I'm aware. There's like a little remnants of an RV park over there. Maybe there still is. I don't know. A nice picnic area. It's pretty lake. All right, this parking lot is like pretty dang dark. There's no lights back yet. Yeah. There's the employee lot over there. It's paved. They get to park on pavement. We have to park on dirt, which, I mean, I guess that's fair because they're the ones that run the place. Oh, this is great lighting. I don't know where the Over Texas enthusiasts went, but whatever. There were quite a few enthusiasts. It wasn't just them. We probably had 8 or 9 enthusiasts in the station getting night rides at the end of the night, which is always a lot of fun to meet some new people. Even though they're people you're probably never going to see again, it's still a lot of fun. It's always funny. This ride in particular seems to get like all the enthusiasts at the end of the night every night in the station, and all the videos I see, which is pretty funny. A lot of other parks I visit, I don't even see any other enthusiasts while I'm there most of the time, but always here for some reason. Probably something to do with the fact that the attendance here is so low and everyone wants to ride that ride. Guys, it is 11 p.m. What? Atlanta, why are you like this? All right, we drove through a gnarly thunderstorm and now we're at Waffle House. This is quite the day. Waffle House burger. How's that? Interesting. I'm still waiting on my waffle, but this is good. That's a good waffle. That's a perfect waffle right there. But yeah, it's the next day, and we all know the best thing to do after going to church on Sunday is to walk through Dino Safari. And yes, I know that this also has absolutely nothing to do with theme parks or roller coasters. However, we were simply too intrigued not to step inside, so now y'all have to see this too. What on earth is this? What? Alright, we're entering Dino Safari. We gotta compare this to Jurassic Jungle Boat Ride in Pigeon Forge and see which is the superior crappy cheap dino attraction. So far this one still has, this used to be a Sears, they still have the tile up. It's like all temporary looking curtains. So I think this is definitely winning on the cheap and hastily put together side of things, but well, Pangea. Oh. The original super continent. Dinosaur stuff. Oh, it's a video.
And it's already halfway through.
Yeah, looks pretty long too. Huh. Oh my gosh, it's a dinosaur. Hi, good morning. A Margosaurus. I'm not up to date on my dinosaurs. I'll just let you know right now. Okay, we're in South America. This is supposed to be like Pangea National Park, it says. This appears to not work, but it's the Herosaurus. Oh, but South America is the OG dino home. How was that? How was that ride?
Awesome.
Oh, he just whipped the thing. Oh, he sounds like he needs some oil. He needs some oil pretty bad. The new Ovinator. We were just told it was okay to pet the dinosaurs. And this guy, he looks pretty friendly, so what's up, dude? Ah, I can barely reach him. Nice. Oh, beach resort. That's also the first one that's just straight up not a continent. But yeah. Oh, that one's furry. Ooh. How is it?
Very furry.
Okay, yeah, I could tell. Oh, it's like a dog.
Oh yeah.
Trying to figure out how this guy is like balancing here. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, dude. Yeah, this one's a Microraptor. It literally sounds like a screaming child. Better watch out for the Mega Raptor. Yeah, so this used to be a Sears. I think I mentioned that already. And as Blake pointed out, we're entering the stock room. Oh, there's a tunnel. I'm not crawling through that. Are you?
I'll do it.
I don't know. You let me know it's on the other side there.
All right, here goes nothing.
Oh, it's just the other side of this wall. Great. Oh, we're entering Africa. Why is this the most empty part of the whole thing? Okay, that's
Also very hot.
big boy. That is a big robot dino. Spinosaurus. Oh, I remember from Jurassic Park. That's not a good guy. It's so freaking hot back here because it's the stock room and there's like no air conditioning. But we're going into tropical Antarctica. Now that's something I never thought I'd hear. There's the T-Rex. Gotta have a T-Rex. Always. Oh, there's the Triceratops. I like Triceratops. Hello. Wait, is this the exit? I think this is the...
No, I don't think.
Oh, there's more. Wow, this... Okay.
Montosaurus.
Oh, very nice. This is another T-Rex? Yeah, it is. They have two T-Rex. Very cool. What's up, dude? Alright, we exited the safari. We're in the fun zone, but I'm kind of unclear how we leave. Go for it. Blake, you were not faster than the Velociraptor. There's where they used to sell a very specific brand at Sears. We survived Dino Safari. Was that worth like $25? No.
No, it wasn't. It was the most cheaply built thing I think I've ever seen. You can definitely tell it used to be a Sears.
I mean, the idea is kind of cool, so A for effort. It's supposed to be set up like a national park for dinosaurs, and like you can probably see, it was mostly like an educational thing. If you have little kids that like dinosaurs, that might be fun, but... Alright, Blake and I have just parted ways. It was fun hanging out with him this weekend. And as with most guests, hopefully you'll see him again on the channel at some point in the future. But for now, I think I'm actually going to go back to Fun Spot for a bit. Our original plan was to go to Six Flags Over Georgia for a bit today. But we kind of want to have a whole day there. And we had some other stuff we wanted to do this morning. So after that, we were like, oh, let's just do something stupid like Dino Safari, which was an excellent waste of money. But yeah, I only have like half a day now, so I'll just go to Fun Spot. I'm guessing it's going to end up becoming a channel joke, just how long I can go without actually going to Six Flags Over Georgia, since I've never been there. It's like the only park around the area that I haven't been to yet. Afternoon at Fun Spot it is, though. Alright, just made it to Fun Spot. I parked by the tree line today, so nice pretty forest. It's like I'm going camping. People have left like a ton of garbage along the tree line, though. It's kind of sad. Like, y'all pick up after yourselves, please. So a little bit on the parking at Fun Spot. I mentioned yesterday that the parking is $5 now, which it is kind of. So you pay $5 at the toll booth to park, then you get your receipt. They said to leave the receipt on the dashboard. They did not tell me that yesterday, but I was told today that they do sometimes check and will actually ticket vehicles if you don't have your receipt. And then when you buy your parking, you get a Fun e-card that is pre-charged with the $5 that you paid for parking. And so you can use this on any paper ride attractions, in the arcade, and I believe on food and merchandise as well. So it's $5 to park, but also technically not, because then you can use that $5 you already paid on stuff in the park you may have bought otherwise. So it's a bit of a weird system. I'm guessing that the reason that they do that is because Fun Spot is a free-to-enter park. And so by basically making you buy a $5 gift card in order to get into the parking lot, they can guarantee that everyone who is using their parking lot is contributing to their revenue in some way. That's my guess. I don't really know. I also should mention, I was teasing them a lot about their security back in April, but they do actually have an actual, not just a park employee now, they actually have a police officer, a Fulton County police officer there, doing the bag checks and actually doing the bag checks, so I can't make fun of their security anymore. I'm now realizing I probably should have gotten a season pass, because you only have to go 4 times with the unlimited pass to make a season pass worth it, and this is my 3rd, and I will probably be here at least a 4th in the fall. But in the spring I was thinking through, and I thought there was no way I was going to make it even 3 or 4 times, much less more than that, to make a season pass worth it. But of course, life changes, and as things are right now, I should be able to be down here more often. So I know for next year to get a season pass next year, but this year I'm just gonna cut my losses and get a day pass every time I'm here, I guess. That's not great. Yeah, so they were running one train as I was coming in here. You can see the other trains off on the transfer track, and it just went down. So evidently they haven't solved the issues from yesterday at all. Well, I guess I'll go ride that E&F miler thing to get a better feel of it, because I only rode it once in the spring. Alright, Hurricane actually kind of slaps. It looks like a hunk of junk like most of the old E&F milers look. But then you ride them and they're actually pretty good. All the drops on it were fantastic and really smooth, and even the first turn is pretty smooth. Just some of the other turns the track has worn out and warped, so they're pretty rough. But if they could get some company to come in and rework the last couple of turns, I think it would be like an awesome ride. But it's still pretty good right now. The drops are so good and so smooth. Also, all the staff here are so nice. Like, what the heck? On Hurricane, the staff member took all of our bags before we got on, which, you know, you see that at some other parks. It's not super common, but you see it. But then after the ride, he actually remembered whose bag was whose and picked it up and brought it to you at the exit, so you didn't have to go back and get it at the end of the ride, which is I've never seen that before. It's really cool. Just finished 5 rides in a row. Doesn't get old, just doesn't get old. But it's really hot. It's in the 90s today. So I'm gonna go into the arcade building, grab some air conditioning and maybe a little food. Change of plan. Pretzel truck looks good. I'm also sacrificing the air conditioning to eat with the coaster view. So yeah, I'm just totally not doing anything I just said I was doing. I also never actually tried any of the cinnamon sugar pretzel bites before. Never really had Auntie Anne's before, actually. People say these are amazing, and yeah, I get it. I think I'm gonna go for some post-snack go-karts here. So yesterday, Blake and I did the Samson track back there, the big multi-level go-kart track. They also have the road course, which is just your more traditional go-kart track right here. Then they have the sprint track, which is the super fast ones right there. Then there's also a junior course. So there's 4 total go-kart courses here. You can get all of them with the all-day wristband for the rides.
As you exit, please don't remain or position. Thank you for racing with us, and please come back again.
Yeah, I just did this track, Roadrunner, and I personally like it much better than Samson, actually. Felt like the karts on this one went a little bit faster, and it's a nice classic go-kart layout, and the pavement was smooth. That was the main thing, because the pavement on Samson was really uneven and rough. And so yeah, I found this to be much more enjoyable, personally. All right, I just did Victory Lane, or Victory Lap, or whatever it's called as well, which is the sprint track. Although I actually found it wasn't really any faster. Felt like the karts moved at the exact same speed as the others. They were just tighter corners, which is fun. You can take the corners tight, but yeah, that's about it. Ooh, all right, just rode Spider, and that might be the most nauseating flat ride I've ever done. I don't know if it's hot outside today or what, but man. And that's saying something, because I've ridden Scat too. Wow, yeah, I'm not feeling great now. The ride cycle was just hitting the upper limit of what I was comfortable with, but yeah. It's definitely fun for like the first half of the cycle. You get some fun airtime pops along with the spinning. And the spinning is actually pretty forceful, like a tilt-a-whirl on steroids. But yeah, it starts to get to you pretty quickly. I literally never get motion sickness from roller coasters. Like I could lap ArieForce all day, no problem. But flat rides, especially spinny flat rides, they'll get to me. Yeah, if you're into classic flats, you might appreciate it. Last time I was here, it was in several pieces. They're doing a nice refurbishment of it. It's a really old ride, like really old. It actually doesn't have like a control system or even a control panel. It's literally controlled by giant levers to just turn the motor on and off. It's very, very interesting. Very, very classic. Just know before you get on. It'll get you. All right, I'm gonna need to take a break in the air conditioning after that one. It's been a long time since the rides made me feel like actually sick. Wow. So I have this thing in the corner of the arcade called the Time Tunnel. And my level of intrigue is just off the charts. So it costs 50 cents, not included with the unlimited, so this better be worth it. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Oh, it's one of these. Alkaline. Yeah. It's one of these where it makes it feel like the room's rotating. I survived. Was that it? Exit. Yeah, okay. That's kind of cool, actually. I just put a few of the classic arcade cabinets hidden in the back, like Galaga and Mrs. Pac-Man. I suck at retro games, but they're definitely more fun than most of the modern arcade games. But yeah, I gotta leave pretty soon because I gotta drive all the way back to Nashville tonight. However, if you want to see how many more rides I can get on ArieForce One before I leave, yeah, even though it's been a while, I'm still feeling a little nauseous from Spider. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go try to ride ArieForce a few more times and see what happens. Like I said earlier, roller coasters don't really ever make me feel nauseous, but if I already feel nauseous from something else, which I still do from Spider, then that can affect my ability to ride coasters or at least lap them. So we're gonna see what happens here. It may be fine, but we'll see. I do have a time change on my side going home though. My goal is to get home before midnight. It seems like a solid goal. All right, got 2 more rides on ArieForce, and I think I am good for the day because I do have a long drive home. Yeah, so they're running one train, obviously, and a lot of crowds have picked back up here, actually. And then they've closed off like half the rows on the trains. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know if it's restraint issues or they could just be trying to reduce the weight on each train because it is running ridiculously fast right now. Of course, if it runs too fast, it'll trip sensors and shut the ride down. So, but have as many people on the trains and that'll slow it down a little bit. So that may be what they're doing, I'm not sure. But for whatever reason, because of that, it's like a 5 or 6 train wait on one train for each ride. So, and combine that with how slow the operations are here, and yeah, it's usually like a 20-30 minute wait. So I am about done. Yep, heading back to my car after another fun day at Fun Spot Atlanta, I should clarify. This is just such, I think, a really good park for what it is. For being like a really small park, I think it's really awesome. Of course, you have ArieForce One, one of the best roller coasters in the country, if not the world, and my personal favorite coaster. That's the standout attraction. That's the reason to come. And then you also have a decent collection of little flat rides like you'd expect at a small park like this, and also a couple go-kart tracks, which is not something you always get at a small park like this. Also, the staff is much nicer than I typically encounter at small parks, and yeah, I think overall it's definitely my favorite of the small parks I've been to, just for those reasons. Not just ArieForce. A lot of it is the fact that ArieForce is here, but other stuff as well. This place easily beats out both Beach Bend and Lake Winnie for me. And unlike Beach Bend, Lake Winnie, and a lot of other smaller parks out there that seem to kind of be on their last leg dying off, there actually is a pretty bright future for Fun Spot Atlanta. I've definitely seen some minor infrastructure upgrades and minor aesthetic improvements between April and now, and I assume that will continue. And from what I understand, hearing from people that have talked to the owner, it's probably not going to be too terribly long before we get another attraction here. New attraction, which is pretty awesome. Excited to see where this property goes in the future. And I'm sure this is not the last time I'll be down here. So, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the road and see how far north I can get before the sun sets. It finally got dark when I got to Buc-ee's, so that was perfect. But we are back in the snake territory. So flashbacks to my first visit to Fun Spot a couple months ago where I did this exact same thing. So yeah, I got some caffeine. Caffeine's good. Actually, it's terrible for you, but I kind of need it right now. I'm not really sure how to feel about the fact that after driving almost 4.5 hours home, I still feel a little bit nauseous from Spider. Yeah, that thing just absolutely killed me. Some of you that are not as prone to motion sickness, I envy you because, as I've already mentioned, I'm perfectly fine with roller coasters and stuff, so I guess I'm better than some people, but I really wish I didn't have this problem with random flat rides. It's kind of annoying, but hey, at least I can lap coasters as much as I want, so I'll take that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video because it helps other people find it. Special thanks to Blake for accompanying me this weekend and letting me stay at his place in Atlanta. And hopefully you'll see him again on the channel soon, whether it's me returning to Atlanta and Fun Spot and Six Flags Over Georgia with him, or him coming up to go to Dollywood or Carowinds or something like that. I know he definitely wants to be back, so... And yeah, it's past midnight, so I'm gonna go to bed. But I hope to catch a ride with you again very soon.